Okay, good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's well. Happy Thursday for those that are here live. Happy whatever day week it is for you. Thanks so much for being here on the Boost, talking about thresholds and structures, and it's really timestamps, right? This is what this is, right? We understand physical things, but we don't understand non-physical things, like time. Time it's a resource. It's a substance that when you know how to manipulate it, you get more out of this world, and your day has time. And when you look at at the time of your day as something that you're not controlling, it's hard to be productive. It's hard to be efficient. It's hard to get things done. You ever feel that time is flying by? You ever get that feeling? Time is flying by. How did it become March already? Just yesterday, the kids came home from camp. Just yesterday it was Labor Day. Just yesterday was the holidays. Right? Time can fly by. How is it that the day is over? How is it the week is over? How is it Thursday already? I didn't get anything done. It's 7 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock. The reason why time flies is because we don't think we can control it. And that's not true. You can control time. You ever have a deadline? And you get to the end of the deadline and you have an hour left and you get more accomplished in that 1 hour than you can in all the hours beforehand? You made that time more efficient than every other time? Right? You found a way. You can't control the substance of time, but you can use it differently. You ever get that feeling? And the reason is because what you're doing is you are quarantining blocks of time for very specific things. And that's really the secret of how some people are incredibly accomplished, because they're really good at that. They're really good at quarantining time to get something done. And that's what we were talking about this whole week. It began in the world of March and in the world of thresholds and respecting the threshold and knowing that the threshold is the moment where you pause to deepen your experience. We spoke about the sizes of thresholds and how in your day you have to lay down moments where you can work on your life. Weekends are great moments of reflection, and we blow them. Really, we blow them. And let me tell you the cycle. Here's the cycle. You ready? Because we don't spend enough time working on our lives, we live only in our lives. And our lives control us more than we control it. And it's exhausting. So you know what we do? We live in our lives. We get to the end of the week and then we're exhausted from our lives, so that we use the weekend to recover from our lives. And then we start the next week, but because we don't have the time to work on our lives, we stay in our lives and the week runs. Someone else is controlling our feelings, our emotions, our schedule, our to-do list. Because our to-do list is emails, and guess what? Emails is somebody else's agenda. So we wake up in the morning and say, anybody have something for me to do today? Okay, you sent me an email. You must be the most important person in my life because you sent me an email. Here we go. And now our to-do list is getting through our emails. The world moves us. We may have built the wrong habit. Maybe the way I spoke to my wife in my first year of marriage was just not it wasn't the best practice. Keep on doing it. Maybe the way this kid or that this or that, I don't know. Maybe the way I built my day. Maybe the way I study. Whatever the things are in my life. Maybe when I first started doing it, I didn't know what I was doing because I was younger. And I just kept on doing it the same way. Maybe I never saved before. So now, as I'm getting older, I don't have any money in my savings because you're supposed to take a little bit of your paycheck and save it. But I never did it before. Too late. I'm not used to that. I'm used to overspending on the credit card, not saving from the paycheck. Maybe I never spent time with this family member before because I was always too busy. But maybe I'm getting older. But my habits, Sundays, keep on going. This is our lives. The constant treadmill. And because I'm living in my life and not on my life at any point, I can change it because I'm in the game. You can't change the game while you're playing the sport. You can't see the game if you're playing the game, right? The quarterback doesn't have the perspective of the whole field. He sees whatever's in his periphery. That's why he doesn't know that there's a man that's wide open on the left, because where he's standing, that's not as clear as where that guy is sitting, 30 rows up, and he sees the entire field. Living in your life does not give you the perspective of living on your life. And if you've never been on your life, you have no idea what I'm saying, but let me tell you something. It's an incredible perspective to see your life and to have a moment to say, how did my day go? Could I have done that better? Where did I mess up? No, just the process of my day, my life. How did I get to this? Why did I do it this way? Why not this way? Did this have an impact? Did this have an impact? Because I keep on doing it this way and I keep on feeling this way. Should I change how I do it? Are these the people that I should have in my life? Because every time I hang out with them, I feel totally disempowered. Or they drag me to do things that I'm not proud of. Should I just somehow slowly pull away a little bit? I never spend time with this thing. Should I really spend a couple minutes studying this thing? Because I'm working in this field, and this is really the research that I need to get better at, but I don't really know what I'm talking about. Every time I start my day with a very specific agenda, I get stuff done. And every time I don't, I don't. Maybe I should I come to work a couple minutes earlier, stay a couple minutes later. I feel amazing when I get involved in that spiritual practice. I love it, but I only do it once in a while. But maybe I should. Why? Right? Stuff like that on your life. If you don't spend time on your life, how do you expect to get better? From where? From some crazy moment of God forbid down, or hopefully high, where you have a moment of inspiration, then you get back to your life? Where do you expect to have a better life if you don't spend time looking at your life or your business? You can't. So you just get in the game, and then the game gets to the end of the week, and then you take a vacation or the weekend in order for you to breathe, to start it again and again and again and again. And that's why you can be sitting around a year later and be the exact same person, just a little bit of a different circumstance. You can go a decade like that. You can go a lifetime like that. How do you change it? You're not going to change it by, if you could do it. Every once in a while when I used to read these, much younger, I was very much into like personal growth stuff. I read every 2 or 3 books was some guy saying you gotta just leave your life. Like you gotta go to wherever, and like the stories of him going to like some island somewhere and like juicing for like a month. And I'm like, yeah, wonderful, that's great. If you could do that, like if your life doesn't explode by you disappearing for a month, it's hard to disappear for a day. Thresholds. That's how you do it. That's why I'm saying it. Structure. Build infrastructure. Find moments throughout your day and your week and assert a time stamp. Assert a time warp. Shabbat is the proof that this is possible. Now, that's God's doing. So it's a spiritually different day. I'm not saying that we could give the spirituality to time the way God can. No way. I'm just telling you, He's teaching us. God is teaching us a lesson because He built this place. He's saying, listen, I'm not telling you not to work. I'm not telling you not to live in this world. I'm not telling you not to spend time growing. In fact, I am making you work. I am telling you for 6 days you should do work. I'm telling you though, 7th day you rest. Timestamp. Reflect. Think on your life. Deep in. In fact, there's a rule called Shemitah, which is actually this year in Israel right now. Farmers are not they're not working in the land. It's called the sabbatical. Sabbatical wasn't created by universities. It was modeled off the Jewish principle, where every 7 years you let the land lay fallow. So you get the weekly breaks, the yearly, and then the holiday seasons. Then, if you really want to deepen in, there's prayer times. Throughout the whole day, what you're looking at are timestamps that God is putting into the day and saying, stop. Stop right here. The middle of the day. You have to pray in the afternoon time. You know how many hours you get during a winter time? You get from around 12 to 4:30. In 4 hours, you got to take 15 minutes and go pray. I'm timestamping it. No, it's in a box of time. It's not forever. You can't do 10 and then make it up for the week. Every single day within this space. In the morning, you have between 6 or 5:30 or 5 to like 10. Right? You have a space of time. Timestamp. Days. Weeks. Years. Throw down infrastructure so you don't wake up one morning and you're just running a treadmill. You've met your family. You've thought. You've studied. You've learned. You've deepened. There's time for you to be on your life. We got to take a page out of his playbook. Throw down moments before I leave and come into my house, before I wake up and go to bed, in between different things that I do throughout the day, my weekends versus my weeks. Can I take off 2-3 hours once a month and reflect on my month? Can I pause for a moment in between this and that and just get 30 seconds to breathe? Can I breathe in an elevator on the way up to my floor so that I can prepare myself, and on the way down? Find infrastructure and lay thresholds in your life to deepen the process, to think about how to make it better, to connect dots. Don't go to bed scrolling. Go to bed thinking. If you're stuck on a bus or a train or a line, think. That's how we become great people. We lay infrastructure. We have checkpoints. We have moments that are built in time for us to go in and to go up. And slowly, without any drama, no leaving the life to go juice for a month, although I'm sure it's got some really good health benefits. Just living your life, you're different. Just living your life, you're different. We're different. We're deeper. We're better. We're smarter. We're more efficient. We're accomplishing more at the same time we have on this earth. All right, everybody. Have a great weekend. And with God's help, I cannot wait to see you again next week.
Living on a lifeline, the world doesn't ever seem to change. Looking for the sunshine, but you're caught up in the rain. It's like your eyes are wide open, but you cannot see. You're watching life pass you by like 1, 2, 3. Walking in destruction, the winds of life blur your vision. All the devastation forever feels like you're on the run. It's time. No one else can set you free. You're locked inside.